What if the biggest secret of one of the most famous couples in the world was hidden in plain sight? Cristiano Ronaldo and Georgina Rodriguez have been living their fairy tale romance in the public eye for years, but rumors are swirling, and some are claiming that everything we know might not be true. Could there be more to this love story than what meets the eye? What if the greatest betrayal in football history happened right under our noses? And what if it's about Georgina herself? In today's video, we'll explore this shocking possibility and uncover the truth behind what could be a game-changing revelation for Ronaldo's life and career. Make sure to stick around, because what we're about to reveal will completely challenge everything you thought you knew about this celebrity power couple. It all started when a small incident sparked a massive controversy. Georgina Rodriguez posted something on social media that caught everyone off guard. It was an innocuous-looking photo, but it raised eyebrows across the internet. Georgina shared a picture of herself, but Ronaldo was noticeably absent, something that didn't go unnoticed by fans. But this wasn't just any normal photo. The caption, her expressions, and even the timing seemed to hint at something much deeper. Fans immediately began to speculate, was this a sign of trouble in paradise? The post quickly went viral, with fans flooding the comments section. Some were defending Georgina, while others were raising serious questions about her loyalty. And soon enough, the rumors began to spread like wildfire. One tweet went viral, saying, "Is it just me, or is something off with Georgina and Ronaldo?" This one tweet spiraled into hundreds of others, each adding fuel to the fire. The media picked up on it, and soon, the question was everywhere. Did Georgina cheat on Ronaldo? This was the beginning of what would become an explosive social media storm. Fans, influencers, and even celebrities weighed in, and the whispers began to grow louder. People couldn't stop talking about it, but what's even more shocking is what happened next, something that made the situation even more complicated. Let's take a closer look at how the rumors escalated. To fully understand the magnitude of the scandal, we need to take a step back and look at the key players involved: Cristiano Ronaldo and Georgina Rodriguez. Cristiano Ronaldo, the global football icon, has built an empire not only on the field, but also off it. Known for his incredible talent, determination, and charisma, he's become one of the most admired athletes in the world. But beneath the fame and fortune, there's a man who values loyalty and family more than anything. Georgina Rodriguez, on the other hand, entered the limelight through her relationship with Ronaldo. A former sales assistant and dancer, Georgina's life changed when she met Ronaldo. Her rise to fame was meteoric, and she quickly became a fashion icon with millions of followers on social media. Together, they've often been seen as the perfect couple, sharing glimpses of their lavish lifestyle, family moments, and mutual affection. From luxury vacations to attending glamorous events, their relationship seemed like the epitome of modern love. But the world they live in isn't just about fame, it's about pressure. As public figures, their every move is under the microscope. And in a society obsessed with celebrity and perfection, the pressure to maintain that image can sometimes lead to cracks in even the strongest relationships. In the world of social media, everything is amplified. What might have been a private moment a decade ago is now broadcasted to millions in seconds. With the rise of online scrutiny, there's no room for mistakes, especially when you're as famous as Ronaldo and Georgina. Moreover, the cultural expectation placed on these high-profile relationships is enormous. Fans idolize them, and there's often an assumption that their personal lives are flawless, leading to intense speculation when something seems off. But behind the perfect photos and Instagram stories, there were cracks beginning to show. The social media post, coupled with rumors, started to unravel something bigger, a tension that had been building for a while. In the next section, we'll dive deeper into how this tension escalated and what evidence began to emerge that seemed to confirm the rumors. It's about to get even more intense. Before the social media post that ignited the firestorm, there were a few subtle incidents that hinted at something wasn't quite right. Looking back, these early warning signs seem even more significant in hindsight. One of the first things fans began to notice was the changing dynamics in their public appearances. Over the last few months, there were moments when Georgina and Ronaldo seemed distant, both physically and emotionally. At one event, for instance, they posed together for the cameras, but there was an almost palpable lack of warmth between them. The body language spoke volumes. Take a moment during a high-profile event in Madrid, where Ronaldo appeared visibly distracted, while Georgina seemed unusually reserved. This was a couple who once couldn't keep their hands off each other in front of the cameras. The shift was subtle, but noticeable to those paying attention. Body language expert Dr. Lillian Green weighs in. When two people who are usually affectionate in public suddenly become distant, it's a clear sign that something may be going on behind closed doors. The tension is often subtle at first, but it's there for those who are looking. There were also instances where Georgina's presence with Ronaldo seemed forced or scripted. For example, in a few interviews, while Ronaldo seemed happy to engage, Georgina appeared a little more withdrawn, as if distracted by something off-camera. Around the same time, small whispers began to surface about their relationship, nothing major, but enough to catch the attention of their closest circles. There were rumors of a few disagreements, and some suggested that Georgina had been spending more time alone than usual. Georgina, who's always been active on social media, also began posting cryptic messages that hinted at emotional struggles. Some followers pointed out how her posts seemed more reflective, almost as if she were dealing with something personal. One post in particular caught the eye of fans. Georgina shared an image of a sunset with the caption, "Sometimes, you have to let go of what's not meant to be." While it didn't explicitly mention Ronaldo, the timing couldn't be ignored, especially when rumors were already beginning to spread. Psychologist Dr. Emily Fisher comments, "Social media is often used as a mirror for what people are feeling." When Georgina posted those messages, it was as if she was subtly signaling her inner turmoil. It's not uncommon for public figures to use their platforms to express what they can't say in public. All of these little incidents and changes in behavior seem to be building towards something bigger, a slow and steady erosion of the picture-perfect relationship we had all come to admire. The cracks were there, and soon they would begin to widen. But what happened next would take these subtle signs and turn them into undeniable evidence. In the next part, we'll explore how everything came to a head and what happened when the truth started to surface as the whispers grew louder and the tension between Ronaldo and Georgina seemed more apparent. The inevitable happened. An event that would finally bring the scandal into the spotlight for all the world to see. It was a typical evening, with the world's eyes on their every move. Georgina was attending a high-profile event alone, no Ronaldo by her side. This was unusual, as they were almost always together for major appearances. But what followed next would shake fans to their core. In a live interview, Georgina was asked about her relationship with Ronaldo. With cameras rolling and millions of eyes on her, the question was innocent enough, but her response? It was anything but. When asked about her future with Ronaldo, Georgina hesitated. Her words were measured, almost as if she were carefully choosing what to say. But then, in a moment that would echo across social media, she said something that seemed to stop time. Sometimes, things aren't as perfect as they seem from the outside. That one line sent shockwaves through the audience. It was as though the facade had crumbled, and what had been a perfect love story suddenly seemed fragile. In that brief moment, Georgina's words seemed to confirm everything that had been whispered in the shadows. The camera zoomed in on her face. She appeared calm, but there was something behind her eyes. The unease in her voice, the subtle trembling of her hands as she gripped the microphone, suggested that she was holding back much more than she was willing to reveal. Within minutes, her words were being dissected all over the internet. Fans couldn't stop talking about it. Had she just admitted to problems in her relationship with Ronaldo? Was this a cryptic confession of a much larger issue? Media outlets quickly picked up on her statement. With headlines splashed across the news, Georgina breaks silence on her relationship with Ronaldo. Is this the end of their fairy tale? The rumor mill went into overdrive. And just when it seemed like things couldn't get worse, another piece of the puzzle fell into place. A leaked video from a private event showed Ronaldo, looking visibly upset, walking out of a conversation after Georgina's interview aired. The image of him walking away in silence made it clear this was no longer just a rumor. It was as if the floodgates had opened. Within hours, social media was ablaze with reactions from fans, celebrities, and even experts. Everyone had something to say about the state of Ronaldo and Georgina's relationship. But what was truly shocking was how this scandal didn't just affect their personal lives, it had wider implications. As the truth came to light, everything they'd built up over the years seemed to collapse. In the next part, we'll explore the fallout from this explosive revelation and how it's forever changed both their public images. As Georgina's words echoed across the world, the public's reaction was swift and intense. The internet exploded with reactions, tweets, memes, and posts flooded every corner of social media. Fans who had once idolized the couple were now questioning everything they thought they knew about them. Were they truly the perfect pair, or had it all been an illusion? The media was relentless, amplifying every detail and dissecting every moment of the interview. Headlines exploded across news outlets, each one trying to offer a new angle on what Georgina's statement really meant. Was it the end of a love story, or just a fleeting moment of vulnerability? The public couldn't look away, and as the speculation continued to build, so did the intensity of the conversation. Some fans offered support, trying to understand the struggles they were facing, while others felt betrayed, angry that the perfect image they had built up in their minds was suddenly shattered. In every conversation, the name, Georgina, and Ronaldo were trending, and the world was listening, dissecting every word, every pause, every gesture. Within hours of Georgina's interview, the fallout began. The media didn't let up, with every source trying to dig deeper, find more details, and uncover the truth behind the statement. For Georgina, the pressure was unbearable. In the wake of her interview, she was faced with a storm of criticism, some of it harsh and unforgiving. Brands began distancing themselves from her, unsure of how the scandal would affect their image. At the same time, Ronaldo was also feeling the weight of the situation. While he remained tight-lipped, his body language spoke volumes. A video surfaced of him walking away from a conversation shortly after the interview aired, his face tense, his posture cold. It was clear that whatever had been said, the consequences were far-reaching. For both of them, life as they knew it was starting to unravel, and the world was watching as it all unfolded. What began as a simple statement had now turned into something far bigger, a crisis that neither of them could easily escape. As the media frenzy continued, the pressure mounted for both Georgina and Ronaldo to address the situation. But instead of offering clear answers, the story only deepened, prompting further investigation. Journalists, eager to uncover the truth, began digging into their private lives, following every lead and interviewing anyone who might have insider knowledge. As the weeks went on, new details emerged, photos, texts, and snippets of conversations that seemed to offer clues to the rift in their relationship. The public, now fully invested in the drama, couldn't get enough. Every new revelation only fueled more speculation, and the truth seemed more elusive than ever. Were the problems in their relationship truly as deep as they seemed, or was there more to the story than met the eye? No one seemed to have the full picture, but the investigation was just beginning, and the consequences for both Georgina and Ronaldo were growing by the day. As the investigation unfolded, more secrets were revealed, and the public learned just how much had been hidden beneath the surface. Interviews with close friends, leaked messages, and off-the-record conversations painted a different picture of their relationship. Some of the revelations were shocking, details of private arguments, moments of betrayal, and the tension that had been building for months. These new pieces of the puzzle began to fill in the gaps of the story. While the world had once seen a perfect couple, the reality was far from it. Georgina's cryptic words were now being interpreted in a completely new light, with many believing that her statement was a subtle confession of the deeper issues that had plagued their relationship for far too long. Meanwhile, Ronaldo's silence only added to the growing suspicion. As the truth came out in bits and pieces, the scandal continued to spiral, leaving everyone wondering just how much more was yet to be revealed. What began as a personal matter between two individuals had now escalated into something far larger. The scandal began to draw in more people, friends, family members, colleagues, and even industry professionals who had worked with them. Everyone seemed to have a piece of the puzzle, and as more people came forward, the story only grew more complex. With each new piece of information, it became clear that the relationship between Georgina and Ronaldo was not just a tabloid story, but one that had implications for those around them as well. The media turned its gaze on others who had been in their inner circle, asking questions about what they knew and when they knew it. The tension was palpable, and the ripple effect of the scandal was beginning to affect every aspect of their lives, from their careers to their personal relationships. The stakes were rising, and neither Georgina nor Ronaldo seemed to know how to stop the wave of scrutiny that was sweeping over them. The media had no intention of slowing down, and in fact, the frenzy only intensified as new revelations were made. Reporters dug deeper, chasing every lead and seeking out even the smallest detail to keep the story alive. As the pressure mounted, public opinion started to shift, with some outlets defending the couple and others condemning them for their actions. The polarized nature of the coverage only added fuel to the fire. Some saw the media's approach as a necessary evil, seeking to uncover the truth, while others felt the media was crossing the line, exploiting the personal lives of two people who had once been celebrated as a perfect couple. No matter where you stood, the impact was undeniable. The constant barrage of headlines, speculation, and scandalous details made it nearly impossible for anyone involved to escape the glare of the spotlight. And as the media frenzy continued, both Georgina and Ronaldo found themselves trapped in a world they had once been in control of, now spiraling out of their grasp. Just when it seemed like the scandal couldn't get any bigger, a major turning point shifted the entire narrative. A whistleblower, someone from within their circle, stepped forward with explosive new information. This new testimony was the breakthrough that everyone had been waiting for. It wasn't just rumors or speculation anymore, it was hard evidence that couldn't be ignored. The truth that had been hidden for so long was now exposed, and everything they had worked to protect seemed to crumble in an instant. The public reaction was immediate. Questions poured in from every direction, and the media began shifting their focus to the new details that had emerged. Suddenly, the story was no longer just about a strained relationship. It had turned into something much darker. The impact of this new revelation couldn't be underestimated. It didn't just change the direction of the media narrative, it changed everything. Georgina and Ronaldo were no longer just individuals caught in the spotlight. They were now at the center of an unfolding drama with far-reaching consequences. As the truth continued to pour out, the fallout deepened. Both Georgina and Ronaldo faced more than just media scrutiny. They were now dealing with the full force of public outrage. Their reputations were on the line, and the impact was being felt across every aspect of their lives. Business deals that had once seemed secure were now in jeopardy. Social media exploded with backlash from fans, with many expressing feelings of betrayal and anger. Even those who had supported them in the past now questioned everything. The consequences were not just personal, they were professional too. Brands pulled their endorsements and public figures distanced themselves. The scandal began to bleed into their careers, affecting everything they had worked for. But the ripple effects didn't stop there. The people closest to them were also being pulled into the drama. Friends and family members had to face questions they were not prepared for. For Georgina and Ronaldo, the weight of the fallout was impossible to ignore, and it seemed like things would only get worse before they got better. As the weeks dragged on, the question on everyone's mind was, how would this all end? Would there be a resolution, or would the scandal linger in the shadows, forever casting a cloud over their lives? Despite the mounting pressure, both Georgina and Ronaldo remained largely silent. While the media was relentless in its pursuit of answers, the couple chose to remain tight-lipped, leaving fans and critics alike to fill in the gaps with their own theories. Was this the end of their relationship, or just a rough patch? The lack of closure left people in limbo, unsure of how to move forward with the narrative. The emotional toll on both of them was evident. Behind the scenes, the strain of living in the public eye continued to take its toll, and the uncertainty of their future together only added to the tension. Would they reconcile, or was this the final chapter in their story? No one seemed to know, and it felt like the world was holding its breath, waiting for the next move in this high-stakes drama.